Joining us today, the number 4 seed on the men's side, we have Cal Poly Humboldt. With us today, we have head coach Tay Norwood and student athlete Ian Christian. So, Coach Norwood, would you just take us through a little bit about your season and tell us a little bit about the Jacks in 2022-23?
Yeah. Well, first off, thank you for having us on today. It's a pleasure to be able to have a interview come March, have the opportunity to play in March. So we're excited about the opportunity and the possibility. You know, the season was a battle of highs and lows. I like to think more highs and lows as we play up and down this year. Times we played really well in there. Sometimes we play not, I think, to our capabilities, but happy with the overall success of getting to the conference tournament as a 4 seed. We'd have liked to get one of those bye seeds to start, but just super excited to get this program back to the conference tournament where it hasn't been since 2018. So really excited, like I said, about the opportunity that lies ahead of us.
Well, I want to talk to you, Coach, and then I'll have a couple of questions up there for Ian, but you guys had the opportunity down the stretch. Let's be honest, this conference was just a battle and but just a cluster there in the middle. You guys still seized on your opportunity to make the playoffs there. There might have been a stumble here, a stumble there, but you guys still won that last game when you needed to do it. Can you just talk to me about getting that one done to clinch that last playoff spot or a playoff spot?
Yeah, it was a gauntlet. They say the CCAA is a gauntlet, and it was definitely a gauntlet as we had, 10 teams battling for 4 spots as Bernardino and San Marcos kind of took care of their 2 spots early, and no one was eliminated until, the next to last game. So credit to the league for being just the strength of the league from top to bottom is out this world. Probably one of the best I've ever been in. Our guys were they were feeling down after we let that opportunity slip through our hands at home. We had 4 of the last 6 games at home, and we knew we had to win 2. We thought if we won 2 games out of 4 at home, we would clinch a spot, and we didn't really want to take this on the road. And then we was able to get East Bay to open up that 4-game homestand, and then a heartbreaker to San Bernardino, which I thought we deserved to win the game. We led for 38 minutes and something like 38 minutes and 42 seconds, of that game. And, credit to them, they were able to steal that one from us. And then the next game, we come and we got a 3-point lead, and Dominguez Hills hit a 3-pointer from the parking lot out in Lumberjack Arena to force overtime, and we let that one slip through our hands. And then Pomona kind of got us good here as they out-rebounded us and beat us on the glass. So as we went on this road trip, we knew we had a very good San Marcos team and a very capable LA team. Split with those 2 teams at home, thought we gave San Marcos away, and then LA took us to the stretch at home. So we knew we had our challenges for us. We come out, we go to San Marcos and make a valuable push to try to win that game late. Came out on it shorthanded. And I told our guys in the locker room that, you got to stay the course. And we still control our own destiny. And it's always great when you control your own destiny, when you don't need any help. And credit to our guys for being able to pick up that last win on a road in a tough environment for senior night for Cal State LA. And they gave us everything we could handle. They were up 10 in the second half. And I think at the 12-minute mark, or that 12-minute media timeout, we talked about, really turning up the pressure and changing the course of the game. And credit to my guys for doing that. We was able to squeak out a victory on their home court.
Thank you so much. That was great insight right there. Ian, let me ask you a question. Coach gave us a great breakdown from his perspective. Fans can go over there, look at the stats, but tell us what's something that you feel is a strength of this team that maybe doesn't show up in the box score, or something that you can't just see from watching a game film.
Right. I think the biggest thing about our team that we're getting more consistent with, and is the way we kind of morale each other together. And just like Coach said, is you could see San Marcos, we were fighting late in the stretch, but we were fighting and coming back. And then sometimes the game goes how it goes, but then LA, it's the same thing, 2 games back to back, but we didn't give up both games. And, one game we fall short and let it slip away. But the other game, we come together and win a game where we should be winning in the first place. But, in basketball, anything can happen. And so we kind of came together, and we got a lot of positive guys on the team. Everyone talks to each other and tries to keep each other up. And that game especially, that's what it was. The mental aspect of the game, our team kind of comes together at points when we really need it. So that was big on what was it, Saturday? That was big against Cal State LA, and that's the reason why we're going to the playoffs now. So
thank you. Coach Norwood, every team that is going to play the Lumberjacks knows that they're probably going to be in for a scoring game. You guys are second in the league right now with 79 points a game. What is it that really fuels your offense and helps you guys stay so consistent on that side of the ball?
We got a number of guys. I'll say our depth. Danny, we got a number of guys that can really make some individual plays and get their own shot. Starting with Ian Christian himself and Marlon Ruffin and Malik Davis. And those guys can really get their own shot. And then we think a sizable advantage in the post with Cam Timmons and Brandon Porter and Josh. So because we got individual talent, I always say this game is about Jimmys and Joes, so much X's and O's. When you got Jimmys and Joes, you're going to be able to do some things. You're going to be able to put some points up on the board. And that was a point of emphasis throughout recruiting this past year. If you look at it last year, we finished 11th in scoring out of 12 teams. This year, we second in scoring. So I think a lot of that has to do with us, really making that a focus of our recruiting, finding guys who can get their own shot, finding guys who can do more than one thing, whether shoot the ball or get to the basket off the bounce, or set other guys up for shots. So we thought we did a really good job of just bringing that type of talent here to Cal Poly Humboldt.
Good, thank you. Ian, I got to ask you kind of just about the importance of this next game for you, but also the program a little bit. Coach Norwood talked about this is your first time returning in a number of years. I know with guys like, Malik Davis is an upperclassman, Marlon Ruffin is an upperclassman. Just how important is it for your program to make sure that you guys are both back in it to experience it in your senior year, but also to make sure that this isn't probably a one-time thing and this probably becomes a habit under Coach Norwood?
Right. I mean, this year I think we've really turned it up. Like Coach Noah is right on point. Like we've turned it up a little bit. A lot of us are hardcore when it comes to basketball, so we all feel like we could have done better. But that's something you could think about after the season, because we're still playing. So, but this next game is very important to us because it's kind of like a statement. For us, a lot of players on the team and Coach Noah, we know we could do better than how we finished the season. And playoffs is basically 0-0. You know what I'm saying? You're starting over, so it's a good chance to kind of bring all the lessons we learned together as a team from the season and really put it to the test, because there's no other option. This is win or go home. So it's a good test for people's character, for people's determination, and just kind of see where we're at as a program, because the regular season goes as it goes, but first time in playoffs 5 years, you gotta do something with it. You can't just be looking to make a statement. I know the guys are ready, we're all excited, and we're all hoopers. So we're definitely excited for the environment, atmosphere that we're going to play in, and we're hoping that this is the turnaround of the Cal Poly Humboldt, get it back to what it used to be. And that's what Coach Noah's been doing since he came in here. And, this is kind of that push right here. It's like, hey, we made it now. Let's keep going. So we're just not trying to settle for anything.
I want one more question for you, and then I want to have one for Coach here. If somebody is scouting your team, pretend it's somebody maybe not from the CCAA right now, this is your senior year and everything like that, what are they going to say is the identity of the Lumberjacks this season?
So the identity of my team, I think, I would say that we're just some go-getters. Just we're going to get it any way possible. We've got some wins where we've won by 50. We've got some wins where we won by 1. We lose a couple close ones, like we're just a gritty team. And so if we could turn that grittiness into, consistently, I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but just, positive grittiness, just going hard all the time, but in the right way. So being tough, but being intelligent, like Coach always says, that's something that we're going to have to do. But, other than that's the toughness that we have, is the will to work things out, to figure things out. Most of the time we get stuff done. And then on the days that we don't, that's when we all come together and try to figure it out for next time and just keep the ball moving. So.
Fantastic. No, I was with you. Go for it, Coach.
Danny, to piggyback on what Ian said in the previous question, when when I talk to those guys, I say, you guys are gonna, we know about the success that this program has had under Tom Wood. How it was really the measuring stick of the conference. You're talking 9 conference championships out of 10 years, some crazy 11 years, some egregious number like that. But I tell those guys that 5 years down the road, we're going to talk about how you guys got this thing back going again. So we got some upperclassmen that's leaving us that we brought in this year, but they're going to be responsible for laying the foundation. A good home isn't a good home unless it has a great foundation. So we'll go back and we'll look at these guys of getting it all started, and they'll come back here, Danny, 5, 6, 7 years from now with their families, talking about all the old head stories that how I used to be good, and hopefully some of them are going to be lucky enough to get their name or their plaque put out there inside of Lumberjack Arena as a Hall of Famer. So we always that's really what we preach when it comes to this group right here, this first class of mine of really getting back to the CCAA tournament. They would have, the jump start of it all. So, I'm excited to have those guys. I'm going to be sad to see some of them leave, you know what I'm saying? But I know they're leaving, 1, to either go play at the next level, or 2, to start families and start careers. So either way, the servant leadership that we provided, me and my staff, is going to help those guys grow and into men, into husbands, into fathers. Like I always tell them, one day you're going to be a father, one day you're going to be a husband, one day you're going to have your own household that you're responsible for. So hopefully some of the things that you learn from being on this team and from being around this staff will help you later on in life as an adult.
Yeah.
That's great stuff right there. That's the insight we were hoping to hear about the Lumberjacks program, and that's why I'm glad we could have this interview and chance to do it. One last question for you, Coach. You've had the chance to play Sonoma State twice this year already. You guys split the season series. But just if a fan is watching this interview later on, tell them what are they going to expect to see in that game, that late game for the men, the 2:30 game on Thursday. What will they see in that game?
Well, it's really going to be a tale of two tales. You know what I'm saying? We like to get out in transition and push the tempo, getting, full court man-to-man defense. And Sonoma State is totally opposite. They want to slow the ball down. They'll sit back in that 2-3, 3-2 matchup zone the whole game. So it's going to be really a chess match between me and Rich and see who can checkmate who, and who can really impose their will. It's going to be about who can control the tempo of the game. And like I said, we want to get up and down and push that thing in transition. They want to slow it down and really try to execute you to death and force you to take 3-point shots and long and contested shots. So at the end of the day, I hope you see our tempo is the one that prevails, because that means we'll be moving on to play Friday against San Bernardino.
Yeah.
So either way, it's going to be a good game. I got a tremendous amount of respect for Sonoma State and what I think Rich has done this year. And me and him chat throughout the year all the time, and we talk about how boy has the tides of change. You know what I'm saying? Because last year we were the doormats of the CCAA. Now we, 4 and 5 right in the middle of the pack, and unfortunately we got to play each other in the first round. So that Cinderella story is one of our slippers are going to be broken. But like I said, you're going to get an exciting game, and it'll be a battle and a testament of styles and philosophies, and whoever style and philosophy prevails is going to be the team that's going to be victorious Thursday night.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you both for just sharing a little bit of your time and taking a couple minutes to talk to me. Look forward to seeing you both in Turlock for, as you mentioned, that 4-5 game against Sonoma State and Cal Poly Humboldt at 2:30. So see you both there.
I appreciate you, Danny. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Yep. See you.